Zata idzie mój do tloho. Karieżne stace. Paro, ja put i
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood on your hands. That's something you have in common. He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. But he's glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says fear and hatred is the only path to domination, but you already know that. So embracing that side of you and helping them vanquish the tribes and letting the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life should be an easy decision. He didn't expect that of you. You were born bad so you could do good in this world. That weak mind of yours has made you soft. He'll give you a chance to change your mind before you leave and asks you to reconsider. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a rival. Then so be it. He wants you to know that they'll show no mercy at the end of this war and offers you a last chance to come back and join when you realize you've picked the wrong side. And with that, he urges you to seek protection at Myriad Stone Fort before word gets out that you've chosen not to side with them. It was built on the back of many, including us, and claimed by Myriad when the construction was abandoned after the attack on the old village. It was your Muma's vision for a new home for us all. It's time to say goodbye for now, and if it's not the kind of goodbye that lasts forever, then the next will mean the end for you. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says just because you've made time to meet the Sifu doesn't mean he has time for you. But you're welcome to give it a try.
Sibi? La fanen agin kalman. Gerat na falo hutut mus. Tugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe. The Myriad were placed here to fulfill a certain purpose, chosen to unite the tribes and take control of their destiny. The tribes need a firm hand guiding them into the future. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. You need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy will bring it to you. When survival is threatened, there's no other option left but war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Even though you don't share their values, they hope you'll lead with mercy. The outcome of this war is up to you.
Mulikan frifgelf, kara motti, karaga dingen hirim.
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon.
Polo, sakara podo.
Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again.
Galato fole, Mulikan frifgelf, polo, sakara podo.
You were all part of the same tribe once, but without your Muma there as a guide, the disciples turned on each other and formed their own tribes.
Fale wala, papa.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
La fanen agin kanman, buka mulo sada.
Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor.
Papa mo, get out full of vasine habele.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good.
Schleine furutna mika.
Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help.
What? Schleine furutna mika.
Even though it's now a different place from a different time, it is a place that'll make you remember. Let's see. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Cutting edge. Want to fall back. Sharp. Check out those guns. time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes.
Vadiri,
He asks how you are today.
now wait a minute.
Goop says he always does better whenever he leaves failure behind. He's happy his good mood is infectious. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique.
Kawai naman, no bitnit. Bawat wika.
Learning to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But fortunately, he's here to give you a helping hand.
Bawat wika.
He thinks you should really know how to swim by now.
Bauta sare dundo kuhana.
And he'll be honored.
Wanap dapat ko. Tuntua? Usa. Mukan bali.
He says, that wasn't too bad, was it?
Bauta sare dundo kuhana. Rapiki.
At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim.
Wanakan wako.
But you need practice. Lots of practice.
Wingi. Azim botalanti.
Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them.
Azim botalanti.
You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim.
Wingi.
You can never try too hard. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something.
Kanamunt.
You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go.
Ben Nampusa.
The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood.
Ben Nampusa.
You should know, practice makes perfect.
Brumble Marsa Mambunundu.
As long as it doesn't kill you, it'll only make you stronger.
Sanna Yote.
She'll see you at the village square.
Puri Kumbala Muma. Masamal.
She'll be waiting for you. There will be a surprise for you at the end, too. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. His only interest when creating is that what he comes up with is actually useful. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks you're truly a kidling of your environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. Sometimes he's an expert, but sometimes he just does what's right. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. He says only a few are willing to do the little things, but if you make enough of them, they can have a big impact too.
Zriska, Dagita.
He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start.
Commander.
You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He appreciates those able to deliver a sharp remark. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. You're not in this world to live up to his expectations, but he hopes you're never going to have to use that weapon of yours. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience.
Gendrana mala.
You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants...
Kuri kumbala mua.
Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future.
Beri?
She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone.
Kialdo male kanoro tono. Recentede.
That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it your best. You can't do more than that.
Asadurutu. Asilnatu.
You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her.
Orasadurut. Kanamunta.
She worries about you. Sometimes you get lost in your own world, where the only thing that matters is you.